So I've noticed in the last video that there are a few audio issues nearby the end. I'm sorry about that. Do your best to ignore that. I was recording with my laptop on my bed, so my blanket ended up messing with like the headphone jack and all that. So anyways, I have it on my table now, and yeah, that should be better. Alright, so my name's Porscha Aubrey, and this is the reading of West Nation versus East Nation: The Awakening. This is Chapter 2. Alright. Despite listening to everything everyone has been saying for the past few minutes, I still have no clue as to what they needed Renato to help them with. But at least they sound happy doing it. Though they do yell and make fun of each other from time to time, but I'm sure that it's all in good fun. I've taken my alone time to explore the upper floor of the house a bit. There's two small rooms in the back, each with two single beds on either side. I've decided to take a nap on a blue one, since the others were an ugly pink and purple. It was pretty comfortable, though my back is a little sore now because of it. The sky is still dark as I exit the farthest bedroom. A zombie moans and stumbles about in the center of the village. Actually, I don't really know what I'd call this place. It certainly doesn't really fit the title of a village. There's only one house, a farm, a stable with a few horses, a small paddock of cows, and a little rectangular shack with literally nothing in it other than an extra source of luminance. So what should this place be called? I guess I could stick with village, though I really wouldn't define it as that. "Shut up, Rodrigo!" Renata's voice shouts with distress and annoyance. "Short fucks." The voice of that tall dude laughs. "Shut up, Angel!" They both yell in return. The voice of that human guy starts to break out in laughter. "Shut up, Anthony!" The three of them scream in a hilarious unison. I can't help but giggle to myself as I waddle down the stairs to the basement. Still a little tired from my earlier nap. The basement is colder than I remember, and the smells of dust have become far more noticeable. A draft is coming from one of the walls of chests, though that's not the reason as to why I'm here. I'm here to check out the chests and begin preparing to live on my own. Where exactly, I don't know yet, but once day breaks, I will go on an adventure and find a place so perfect that I can't not build a home there. Probably something like a large, flat plain, with a river nearby so I can have water for my potions. Though if I were to even think of making potions, then I'll need a brewing stand, some fiery powder, and warts from hell. Judging by the atmosphere and the temperature emitting from the hidden wall, there should be a portal to hell somewhere nearby. A door opens and shuts from upstairs. I choose to ignore it and continue going through the chests. There's a good 20 of them in this room alone. They all line up and go around a corner from right to back. Finally, I open the first chest. Food. Nothing that I need right now, but I guess I could pick up a few apples and melons. If I were to mix gold with them, then I can use it for potions. Second, weapons. I grab a stone hoe and an iron axe. Third, armor. It's all mainly leather and a few chain and iron. I don't need any of it, so I'll leave it be. A figure appears beside me just as I close the third chest. They're just a little smaller than I am, probably around 5 feet 6 inches. He's pretty large in weight as well, though I'd say it's still in a healthy range. He has dark bronze skin, a short brown afro. His wide, round, dark brown eyes show both fear and mischief. They're drawn apart on his long oval face. His mouth is surprisingly small as well. His lips are oddly thin. Though, I say, his giant ears are one of the most eye-catching features about him. Them and his huge forehead that seems to be nearly as long as the rest of his face. He's wearing a white tank top with light gray and white wings on his back, much like with Angel. Below his waist, old-looking black basketball shorts that barely fit him as they laid loose by his hips, and the only other thing he's wearing are old flip-flops. I recognize him. I know him. Without hesitation, I grab the sword Renato gave me and hold it intimidatingly towards the boy. With one fell swoop, I sliced a chunk of skin off of him, though sadly I didn't get all of him since he jumped out of the way. He lets out a terrified yelp as he flees back up the stairs. His blood leaks down his body as he swirls around and runs towards the back of the house, completely skipping past the exit that would have granted his safety. "The fuck did I do?" he shrieks. His voice is fast and loud. It's high-pitched too. Definitely attention-grabbing. It annoys me, but it's also funny in a way. "You existed," I respond blankly as I continue to stomp towards him. "The fuck?" he screams, backing himself against a corner. I inch closer to him, wielding my sword in a threatening manner. It glints against the light as I swing it towards him. His shrieks grow more violent as blood gushes out of him, leaving stains on the fabric of a nearby bed. At least the red of the blood will make the pink more bearable. "You fucking bitch!" he yells as he attempts to fight back, only landing a weak punch into my gut. With one last swipe of my sword, his blood splatters against the walls, and his lifeless body falls to the ground, disappearing into nothing. "That's it!" his voice shouts in my head as I pick up his dropped loot. A dark black sword from Hell's lays on the floor, along with a lot of potatoes, some gold, and useless plants. "I'm gonna kill this bitch!" Lol, Bryson got his ass kicked. Renato laughs, his voice echoing through my thoughts. The rest of the guys break into laughter as the sound of Bryson's angry, heavy breathing makes things even funnier. Within no time, Bryson's already back at the house, wearing a full set of armor from the deepest pits of hell, and wielding a demonic axe. "Time to die!" he screams with a mixture of maniacal laughter as he barrels towards me. I wield the black sword, already accepting my demise, but unwilling to go through it without a fight. Our weapons swipe and slice at each other. Though I have made a dent in his armor, it is nothing compared to the pain wrenching throughout my entire body. Our blood splatters and mixes all over the room, making this entire area look like a horror movie. His axe continues to clang off of my sword and cut more meat off of my body. The wish for death grows nearer as my vision fogs and my legs wobble. Then, almost like he was reading my mind, he lands one last blow towards my head. Everything goes dark, and my senses dissipate once more. His shrieks become louder once again as I awaken in the blue bed in the back. My entire body is back to normal and the walls have been cleared of my blood. I jump out of the bed and chase after the boy. However, it's not like I have anything to fight with anymore. He's taken all my loot, leaving only a fern and a singular raw potato in his wake. The laughter of the others continues as I race back to the basement and grab a stone axe, sprinting up the stairs again and out of the door, chasing after that punk. His laughter mixes with his terrified screams as he notices me chasing after him. He leaps over his small hills and dodges a few flying arrows with no difficulty whatsoever. However, a huge spider comes out of nowhere and jumps on top of him. He squawks as he whacks the spider till it dies. It took him 2 hits just to kill a measly bug. No wonder I managed to survive for so long when fighting him. "Guys, help me!" he screams as he races towards a mountain that's engulfed by water. "She's chasing me!" I manage to catch up with him for a moment. The first thing I do is slice him with my axe. He leaps forward, crying out in pain. "She's going to kill me!" "Bitch!" my voice squeaks as I swipe at him again. "I already killed you, and you already killed me!" His shrieks become more blood-curdling as he spins around and takes out his long, black sword. With 3 simple whacks and an embarrassing battle cry, I'm knocked back onto the ground. As my gaze raises up to him, my blood soaking my clothes, he smiles as his sword cuts my head off once again. I reawaken in my bed all over again, accepting my defeat and deciding to leave it be for now. However, if I ever see him near me again, then I will kick his ass without hesitation. Leaving the bed and heading back to the basement, I continue with my plans of raiding the chests. The door to the house opens and closes once again. With the expectation of it being Bryson, I speed back upstairs and get ready to tackle him. However, I manage to stop myself short as I notice that it's just Renato. He gives me a curious look as he stops in front of me, then promptly continues down to the basement. I follow him down and watch him as he opens and closes a few chests, taking out materials and other supplies. "Whose house is this anyway?" I ask, aiming the question towards all the guys. "Renato's," they all answer instantly, then seem to go straight back to whatever they are working on. "Mine," he responds nonchalantly, and walks past me and straight up the steps. "It's really fucking nice," I speak with sincerity as I sneak back over to the chests. "Thank you." His voice is kind and sweet as he says that. It makes me feel like a good person, despite the fact that it means I'm about to rob him. I grab a few things from the first 3 chests, some carrots, bread, apples, melons, and baked potatoes since there doesn't seem to be shortage of potatoes whatsoever. Then some leather, iron, and chainmail armor, whatever I can find that is good enough. Then a stone sword, an iron pickaxe, and a stone axe. Finally, I continue to go through the rest of the chests. Joy fills my consciousness once I see them. Warts from hell. The exact kind I need for potion making. Now I just need some fiery powder and a brewing stand. The rest of the stuff isn't as important. This is just the basic vital ingredients. I'll also need some bottles as well to hold the potions in. "Oh shit!" Rodrigo yelps, sounding like something terrible just happened. "What the fuck, Bryson?" Anthony shouts, and Bryson's evil laugh lingers in my mind as all of the guys begin to yell at each other. "It's all destroyed!" Angel squeaks. His voice sounds as though he's attempting to flee an explosion of some sort. Bryson shrieks and I chuckle to myself, listening to the others attack him. "I'm going to fucking kill you!" Anthony grumbles, and a sense of Bryson's death fills the air, disappearing instantly as he comes back to life, still screaming. Choosing to turn their voices into background noise, I open and look through the rest of the chests, stealing whatever I may find useful. Half my pockets are full once I've finally finished robbing him, only possessing the things that I've deemed more useful to myself than to him. I know that I shouldn't have stolen. Hell, I'm sure that if I asked he would have let me take all of this stuff. In fact, he'd probably give me even better supplies than the stuff that could be found in the chests. But whatever, I prefer doing this much more. Finally. Angel exhales an exhausted sigh of relief. We've finally fixed it. "Keep Bryson away from it," Anthony orders with irritation. As I exit the basement, the sun rises in the distance, burning up most of the terrifying beasts in the night. My adventure for a new home will now begin, and soon I'll be able to start brewing potions once more. And that is Chapter 2 of West Nation versus East Nation. I hope all the audio is good throughout this entire thing, and Chapter 3 will be next.